فأما الإنسان إذا ما ابتلاه ربه فأكرمه ونعمه فيقول ربي أكرمن وأما إذا ما ابتلاه فقدر عليه رزقه فيقول ربي أهانن كلا بل لا تكرمون اليتيم ولا تحاضون على طعام المسكين وتأكلون التراث أكلا لما وتحبون المال حبا جما صدق الله العظيم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the creator of this universe, in many ayahs of the Quran al-Kareem, reminds us of the reality of this world, and not only reminds us, reveals the facts behind the creation of this universe. There are certain facts that are so hidden behind things, behind thick curtains, thick walls. There is such a huge barrier between us and seeing those facts that normally human beings cannot see them until someone would bring those things up and show it to us. There are a lot of facts in the world that are still behind the scenes, and they cannot be seen the way they are. The amazing part of it, in today's day and age, as much as people believe that the people of all days didn't know the facts about this world as much as we know, now we understand the world better than they did. It's in reality the opposite. It looks like they understood the reality of the world better than we do. It looks like no one in the history was deceived by this world as much as we are. To the extent that now we are in a situation not only that we don't have time for our relatives and for our neighbors, we don't even have time for our own families and our children, and not even that, we don't even have time for ourselves. And then we feel that we understood the realities of this world. Just bring any new research, anything new, and it could be the worst lie in the world, presented to the world by the name of a research, and people would think, oh, yes, this is the right understanding. People in the old days didn't know this. They couldn't understand these facts. We understood them because we have all of this technology. A very simple example of it, one of the recent things that I heard, and in fact the way it was presented to me, but the research is, as far as I was told, that now there are some people who believe dog saliva is more pure and healthy than human being saliva. It's a new research. So the question that was posed to me by non-Muslims, people from a church and a college, that if now the research is telling us the saliva of the dog is more clean than the saliva of our own, of human beings, and religion says that dog saliva is unclean, you have to wash yourself if it will touch you, shouldn't we now change that? We should change that thing now, because in all days people thought that these animals, all of them, are unclean. But now we have ways of finding out. We have ways of investigating, of doing some research. We have such microscopes that will tell us all the ingredients of it and everything that's in it. And therefore now when we compare this with the human being's saliva, it finds our findings tells us that dog saliva was better than the saliva of a human being. So now we should change the order of the religion, the order of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wa billah, the order of Rabbul Alameen, the order of the creator of that dog and the creator of this human being, the one who created both, and he told us the fact that which is better and which is not, and which is clean and which is not. But because of our findings, we should change the order of Rabbul Alameen subhanahu wa ta'ala and the order of the creator. And generally, believe me, this is the general attitude of people nowadays, that our research is nothing but it's telling us that we are more advanced people, we are better people, we understood this world better, now we can understand God better than people understood them in the old days, we can understand all the other things better than people that understood it in the old days. And therefore, we should always, whenever we come up with new investigation, with new research, with new findings, we should attribute ignorance to all people, including Anbiya alayhi salatu wassalam, and the scripts and the books of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and all the people, our forefathers, everyone, they didn't know anything. We are the ones who know. That is the reason. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala again and again reminds us in Quran of what the realities are. We don't see the reality the way it is. And as I said, it looks like no one in the world was more deceived by these things than we are. When now people will give preference to a dog over their own children. It was going on anyway, but now it's more clean than your own child. It's more healthy than the saliva of your own child. Don't eat from the same plate where your child eats from. Don't drink from the same cup that your child drinks from. But you can have all of that connection with the dog. In fact, kissing on the tail of a dog and the dog is licking the whole thing. That's all perfectly fine. And we see it's happening. There's nothing here. There are some thick curtains there that are covering our hearts, the hearts of people. They may be called the curtains of research, of knowledge, which in reality brings only ignorance and keeping us away from seeing the realities of the world. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reveals Quran al-Kareem to show us these realities. Quran al-Kareem is the book of realities. It has nothing but realities about our souls and about the place that we live in. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showed us in the Quran, لَقَدْ أَنزَلْنَا إِلَيْكُمْ كِتَابًا فِيهِ ذِكْرُكُمْ أَفَلَا تَعْقِلُونَ. We sent a book down to you that talks about you. It's our manual, the manual of our life. It tells us everything that is good and bad in this life. أَفَلَا تَعْقِلُونَ. Don't you understand? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, why is he saying أَفَلَا تَعْقِلُونَ? Don't you understand? And really we see that people don't want to understand this point, and they want to bring their own manual of this life. No, this is how we're going to spend our life. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that way of life will be totally destructive for you. It's going to ruin your life. It's going to destroy you. This is the way of life that will bring you all the peace of mind and get you everything that you need and you're supposed to have in your life. The main thing is, people don't realize the greatness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is the main problem behind everything. We don't realize the greatness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And therefore, every person is trying to prove his own greatness. I'm great because I have been master in the field. I'm great because I'm wealthy. I'm great because I live there. I'm great because I have this type of education. And every person in the world is trying to prove his own greatness. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has prescribed a salah, a beautiful method of reminding us 5 times a day Allahu Akbar. Allah is the greatest. If anyone would try to prove his greatness, we have to remind the person, Allahu Akbar. Allah is the greatest. This Allahu Akbar means Allah. And there is a reason why this form of dhikr is being used in salah continuously. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Continuously the person is being reminded that
من عمل صالحا من ذكر أو أنثى وهو مؤمن فلنحيينه حياة طيبة ولنجزينهم أجرهم بأحسن ما كانوا يعملون. صدق الله العظيم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in this ayah that whoever would perform good deeds, man amila salihan, whoever will perform good deeds, whether it's a male or female, ذكر أو أنثى, the condition is وهو مؤمن, as long as that person has iman. Through these good deeds, فَلَنَحْيِيَنَّهُ حَيَاةً طَيِّبَةً, we will give them a pleasant life. وَلَنَجْزِيَنَّهُمْ أَجْرَهُمْ بِأَحْسَنِ مَا كَانُوا يَعْمَلُونَ, and we will give them the reward for the best deeds that they used to perform. Which means we will reward them according to their best a'mal. They will be treated as these people were always doing these good deeds. The benefit of good deeds, we all will see it in the akhirah for sure. In the akhirah, in the hereafter, the good deeds will help us in two different ways. One is protection against all the hardships of the akhirah. And the other is obtaining the blessings and the pleasures of akhirah. As Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam have mentioned in a hadith, when a person is placed in his grave, all the evil deeds of this person would come to him in different shape and form. And of course we all have done things that we are not supposed to do in our lives. We have done things that are against the instructions given by Allah and His Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. We have gone against the rules of the Sharia of Islam. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, these deeds, these bad sins will take the form of azab, of the punishment in the grave. And this punishment will try to come towards the person, and as it will approach the person, there will be a strong protection that would keep this punishment away from getting to the person. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says that protection will be salah. If this person has performed regular prayers in his or her life, as all of his bad deeds will take the shape in the form of azab, of punishment, snakes, scorpions, and angels coming with azab, Salah is standing in this direction and is keeping that azab away. No, you cannot get to this person because he used to perform his prayers regularly. Now, the azab is trying to come from the other side, from his left-hand side. As the azab comes from that side, again there is a protection, there is a fencing over there, we can see. This protection, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, are his fastings. They would prevent the azab from coming to the person because saying that this person used to keep his fast regularly, and therefore we cannot allow any azab to come to this person from this side. We are protection from this side, you cannot come from this side. Well, look for some other side. The azab would try to come to the person from the side of his feet. And again, there is a protection, there is a strong protection standing over there, and that is his zakah. The zakah will be saying to the person, to the adab, that no, this person was very regular with paying his zakah, therefore we cannot allow the adab to get to this person. We will not allow you to come to him from this side. We are supposed to protect him at least from one side. And this is our side. No, you cannot get to the person from here. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, finally, the adab will try to come to the person from the side of his head. And again, there is a strong protection over there. That is his hajj. And the person, had the hajj became firm on him, for her, and has performed the hajj, then this hajj would be standing on the side of the head and will not allow the adab to get to the person. Of course, in a situation where if zakah did not become fard on someone, or hajj did not become fard on a person, then that will be a protection by itself, because since it did not become fard, he did not have to pay it, he did not have to perform the hajj, and therefore he already has that protection. As long as the person, whenever he had the opportunity of doing nafil ibadah in that field of his life, he was doing those nawafil. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, if his fara'id were weak, not strong enough, salah was not as it was supposed to, he performed the prayers, but occasionally he delayed it and then he made it up. Sometimes he did not have concentration. He fasted but did not keep all the rules of the fasting in mind, did not obtain the maximum benefit of the fasting. So if there is any weakness in any of these fara'id, and this person has performed nafil prayers of the same type, this person was regularly performing some nafil prayers, this person used to keep some nafil fasting, this person used to keep on paying sadaqat and charity, this person, whenever he had the opportunity, he performed extra umrahs and he performed extra hajj. Now, these nawafil will be supporting the fara'id. And through these nawafil, the fara'id will get strong. This is the first step after the person has left the world. And we see the benefit of our good deeds right there. Now, at every step, these good deeds will be helping the person. And as I said, there are two types of things that we would need. Protection from all of this adab, from these bad things that we have done. And number two, using the very same good deeds to obtain the Jannah and obtain the ni'mah and the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And they will keep on helping us. A well-known scholar of Islam with the name of Malik bin Dinar rahimahullah. It's been reported about him in the history that he was a police officer and just a general person living his normal life. And at the same time, he did not care too much about deen. This was the beginning of his life. Did not care too much about deen and Islam. He was involved in drinking and a lot of other things. Malik bin Dinar himself says that I used to use my position to do anything I could to perform any sin, to commit any wrong deeds. I used to use my position for that. He got married, had a daughter that was young, about 6 years old, and he loved his daughter. He always used to play with her, spend good time with his daughter. And he says, my daughter's habit was, whenever she would see me drinking, she would take it away from me and she would take it and throw it away. She would not let me drink. By the time she was about 6, 7, she passed away. He says, I felt so bad about it. And I kept on crying and crying for her until finally one day I saw her in my dream. And the way I saw the dream was, I saw that it was the day of Qiyamah. And all the people are gathering somewhere, but my situation was I saw a huge snake that was running after me. When I saw the snake coming towards me, I started running away from it. And now I'm getting tired and the snake is getting closer to me. I saw an old man standing there on my way. So I said to him, "Uncle, please, I need your help. Help me against the snake. He's running after me and I don't think I can get away from him. Please help me against the snake." So this old man said to me, "I would really love to help you. The only thing is, you can see that I'm too old. And this snake is too strong for me. I can't help you against the snake. But I can tell you one thing. I can direct you to somewhere where you may be able to get some help." He said to me, "Keep on running. When you see a castle, huge castle in front of you, go over there. You may be able to find someone to help you in that castle." He says, "Now I don't have time to look around for the castle, and I kept on running. There was a small hill there. I got up to the hill, and when I looked at the other side of the hill, I saw the hellfire there. And now the snake is getting very close to me, but from that hill I was able to see a castle on the other side, so on another hill. So I quickly came down because that's the end there, that's a dead end over there, behind the hill is the hellfire. So I take a U-turn and go back, and it started running towards the other hill. And the snake is still after me. Again, I met this old man on my way, and I said to him, "Could you please tell me the quickest way of getting to the castle there, because the snake is getting too close to me?" He said to me, "Just quickly go there and shout."